So first we're going to head over to the project section and click on new project since we're collaborating with connected organizations. So you just want to navigate to over here. And here you just want to select on new project. Now you'll have the option to select from 3 of the options up here, an internal, connected, or template. For this example, we're going to use the connected. Give your project a clear title and detailed description. Remember, clarity is key. Think of this as your project's elevator pitch. You can add colors, images, and hyperlinks to make it more engaging. So I'll go ahead and start adding mine. Once you're happy with the description, you can head down to the due date, or you can also add some labels. So we want to set a due date for the overall project. For this one, I'm going to put it as November. If you need to share any documents, you can click the Add Attachment to upload files that will assist your connected organizations. You can also add project labels as well. Once you're happy with everything, just click Create Project. You'll now be redirected to the task location. So now it's time to break down the project into actionable tasks. Click Add New Task and choose the task type. So you'll see over here we have 3 options. We've got the checkbox, text, and file upload. For this first one, I'm going to use the file upload. You can also add a description for each of your tasks as well. And then you can also add a due date. So for this one, I'll put July. You can also add a manage by role. We'll come back to this. You've now successfully created the task. As you can see, it's now sitting here. Now we just need to go ahead and add a few more tasks. I'll go ahead and add a couple more. For this example, we're just going to use these 3 tasks. Now, as you can see, we've got all these 3 tasks sitting here. We can actually assign each of these tasks to managers within your role. We'll do this once you've finalized your project. As you can see, our project is currently sitting in a draft mode. Once you're happy with your project, click Start Project. You'll now see that the project status is updated to In Progress. We can now share the project to give our admin team, so the admin team within the peak body, and we can also invite the participants to start collecting responses. So participants would be your club or your associations. It's really easy to start sharing your project. All you need to do is click on the sharing button here. Now, first you would action the managers. So these are managers within your organization. As you can see, as I am the project owner, I will always be nominated as project owner. If I would like to invite others from my organization, I just simply need to click on this No Access button and change it to an editor. This means they have access to editing the project. This is a good idea if you are co-managers working on the project together. It's also a good idea to have another editor on projects. That way, if you are away, they can action the project on your behalf. So for this example, I'm going to give 2 of our admin staff editing access. Now I'll update that one. Before we start sharing with the participants, I just want to redirect your view over here to edit project. Let's just say you needed to edit your project before you sent it out to your participants. You can come in here and do that as well. Also, I just want to redirect your vision down here to the access permissions. So you can see that these are the current access permissions we have in place. So as you saw, we have added some new editors to this project, and I am allowing them to add new tasks and update existing task details. However, they won't be able to modify the project details, which is this details here. Only I'll be able to do that. And also, if you would like to add this as an extra step, completion of each task requires approval from the TidyHQ peak body, which is me. So that just means that if I select this and the association sends through a task completion that they've done it, we'll just need to review it each time. So just be mindful that you will be required to do an additional step. If you don't require that, then I'd simply just keep this selected off. You can always come in and change the permissions as well. We can start inviting our connected organizations. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click the sharing. Now we're going to click on the participants. Now, as you can see, I am the project owner. Now we want to add the participants. All you need to do is select this one and all your connected clubs will come up here. So for this example, I'm going to add all 3 of my connected organizations. Now they have been added. An email will be sent to each participant, to all their admins, to let them know that there is a new project that they've been invited to work on. If we come to the sharing location here, you'll see that they are invited. This will update once they have either accepted or rejected. If they do reject, you will receive an email. I'm going to redirect to an email just so you can see what it looks like if I was the connected organization receiving an email. Here is an example of how an email will be sent to your connected organizations. As you can see, it will have the subject title here, and then it will say who's sending it. So Jasmine Harvey is sending it from the peak body, and I've invited them to this project. All they need to do is go to the project on their end. Now, for this example, this is the connected organization. They've rejected the invitation. So you as the peak body will receive a rejection email directly to your inbox. So it will say who from the connected organization has rejected the invitation. So as I am connected to both accounts, it will show my name again. So Jasmine Harvey from the Connected Club has rejected the invitation for that annual governance compliance. So your project is currently in progress, but you need to add the managers to manage certain tasks within your project. This is really easy. All you need to do is navigate to the task location and then go into each of those tasks. Now, as you can see, they currently say unassigned. This means that if they are unassigned and you receive any notifications on that task, whether it be a message from the connected organization or that they've completed it, everyone on the project will receive a notification. So in order to reduce the noise of notifications, we highly recommend that you add a manage by to the task. Now, all you need to do is select this, select edit, and then go manage by. So you can either search the role within your company, as like so, or you can search their name as well. So for this example, I'm going to nominate Melanie to look after this task. Once I update it, her avatar will populate like so. I'll go ahead and add myself to one of these two. I'll leave this one unassigned. Now that just means that any notifications for this particular task, only I will receive the notifications. And then for this particular task, Melanie will receive the notifications. So now we need to start monitoring who has accepted the project, who's invited, and who's rejected. This way we just stay informed. So a really good tool is, obviously you are receiving the emails to say that they've been rejected. You'll also receive a notification up here. So if you come to your notification bell, this is where you get all the updates as well. So you can see that this has been rejected by this club, but it's been accepted by this club. And that we also have a message from this club on this particular task within this project too. So you also use that notifications area to see what is outstanding for you. We can also check this again by coming to the sharing location and having a look at who's accepted and rejected. There's also the reporting section here. So it just gives you an overview of that particular project. So who's been invited, how many have accepted, how many have rejected. Now, we're going to navigate back to the task, as some of our connected organizations have completed the task and sent us messages. So if we come to the task location, you can currently see that this green is currently at 0% and the blue is at 100%. This means this is how much has been completed, and this means how much has not been completed. Keeping in mind this is the due date. This just gives you an overview of percentage of how much has actually been completed out of all your participants. Now you'll see this one has 100% completion and this one has 50% completion. Now, if we go back to this notification toggle, we can actually see that we've received a new discussion. I'm going to click on this. It's going to redirect me to this one, and you can notice again that this was from the Connected Club 1. If we open this up, we will see a message from them. Hi, can you please send the full requirements? This is a good way to communicate with your connected organizations. Think of it as like using your email, but instead it's like a thread that you can keep an eye on. So, what do we want to do with this? As you can see, we've got two discussions here. We've got a note and messages. If you need to message them back, simply click message. As you can see, it says two organizations and the TidyHQ Connected Club. What does this mean? This means that the managers of this project and the admins from the Connected Club will be able to see these messages. So you can write back to them and say, hi, Jasmine, no problem. And then you could put in the full requirements. This will send them a message. You can also write a note as well. So this will just be an internal note only for you and the project organizers. This is a good area to come in and send reminders to certain clubs who you're still waiting on answers from, and it might be coming up to the due date. Or if it's past the due date, you might want to send them a follow-up message, or if there's anything that's changed, you can also send them a message here. Keeping in mind all these messages and notes are only related to this particular club for this particular task. If we wanted to write notes to Australian Demo, you could write notes in here too, and then also a message to them directly in our project organizers. You'll also see there's the task announcements here. So task announcements is an announcement board that you can send to everyone participating in this project. So if there's any updates or changes, you would come here and then you could write an announcement, and that would send it to all participants. That would send it to all their admins across the organization. You have successfully now walked through the creation and sharing of projects to connected organizations. With these tools, coordinating across organizations becomes a bit of a breeze. Just remember that clear communication and structured tasks are your best friends here. So if you have any further questions or assistance, feel free to reach out to us.